The Ash, Luttsy and Susie O'Neill podcast.
Morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Morning.
We got you, David.
Yeah, mate.
What's going on?
Not much. How are you?
Where are you? Or is it a secret?
No. I'm in LA for the week doing some stuff over here, but business as usual. What's happening there?
All right, he doesn't want to talk about it.
Yeah, you shut that down.
What's going on?
No, I'm looking at some...
No, you had your chance.
Okay.
Try and make us draw it out of you. No, what are you doing? What are you doing? I'm in LA.
No, I'm checking out some of the 2028 Olympic venues, which I haven't seen yet. So I'm been doing the show from here for a week.
Nice.
In my old stomping ground. Yes, indeed.
You've got an Olympic shirt on too. I like that.
I do indeed. Moscow, 1980. What's happening there?
It's a bit overcast again today.
Oh, dear.
Bit sprinkly of rain.
Yeah.
Good weekend?
Yeah, I had a great weekend, actually. I was just around, I didn't do anything like you, flying to LA, but just, what did I do? I went to that farm stay. I went to that farm stay at
Oh, yeah.
Paradise Country.
Paradise Country.
Paradise Country. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Remind me again where that is.
It's at the back of, it's behind Top Golf,
Right.
Yeah, right.
which
Okay,
incidentally
yeah,
I did
yeah,
last night as well. So,
Oh, nice.
Great weekend.
yeah, but it's very cool. That was really cool.
Yeah, I saw some.
So there's
stuff on
animals
Insta.
and things.
Yeah, they do like animal feeding and all that type of stuff, and it's like a full buffet dinner and breakfast, and it's really cool. It's very
milk some
cool.
cows?
What's that? Dingoes. There's heaps of dingoes. What's that?
Did you milk the cows?
Yeah, they did all of that. I missed that. I had golf on Saturday, so I missed all of that stuff. But
Do they have fires there? Can you sit around fires?
yeah, we did that
Oh,
Friday
that'd be
night
fun.
as well. It was fun.
What was the accom like? The tenting, glamping?
Yeah, well, glamping at another level because you've got like it's like wooden floors in the tents, and you've got your own bathroom and double bed, bunk beds.
Yeah.
So we had
Oh, nice.
Jody, me and Jode, and then we had our two nieces, Farah and May, and Archie.
Oh,
Yeah, all together. So it was good.
that's cute.
Unreal.
Sounds fun.
What did you do, Suze?
No, yeah.
Me, I had a ladies' lunch. Oh. Actually, it was fun. Went from 12:30 to midnight.
Ooh.
Oh, wow. It's a long lunch.
Yeah.
2 people cried.
Oh, wow.
Oh my god!
Emotional. An emotional roller coaster.
What time did the tears start?
The tears started quite early. The tears were at, geez, I didn't look at my watch. I would guess 4 p.m.
6?
4
Oh,
p.m.
4?
4 p.m. Then we,
Oh, my goodness.
Daylight.
There's
3
still
wines deep.
Still eight hours left after the tears arrive.
Where do you go from there?
Home to the place next door. Anyway,
The Ash, Luttsy and Susie O'Neill podcast.
do you guys have possums at your place?
Nope.
We
Yeah.
moved suburbs about 5 years ago now, I think. And I hadn't seen one of these things. I thought they were just at our old suburb, but they've turned up at our new suburb. A possum.
I remember I actually got someone to block out my ceiling because they were getting in at my old house.
Yeah, that's the same with our other
And then-
old house.
Yeah, and then I actually I'm a very brave person. I got the step ladder and went up
Yes.
to that little manhole, in your hallway.
Yeah.
And
Manhole.
lifted the manhole thing.
Yeah.
And poked my head up
Yeah.
absolutely scared shitless.
Yeah.
And then looked around, couldn't see it, and then turned my head, and there it was, dead, right next to my head. I fell off
Dead?
the ladder. Screamed.
Couldn't you smell it?
It wasn't a manhole. Mine wasn't called a manhole. I don't know what it was called. Yeah.
It was called a scaredy cat hole.
A scaredy cat hole, yeah.
No, well, mine was alive.
it's
My
gross.
my possum. I was at it was just at home. It was dark, and I had my headphones on, so I couldn't hear outside. But the door was open, and I heard we got rocks outside our door, and I heard something moving in the rocks, and I actually just thought it was Cliff coming home from work. Like when people walk, for some reason, not on the path, just on the rocks. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
where's Cliff? And I took my headphones off, and I couldn't see him. And I was like, oh no, maybe someone's going to abduct me. Or,
as you do.
maybe someone's going to kidnap me. But then I looked down and there's a little possum right at the door. And it kind of looks cute at that point. Like, ooh. But I'm thinking, I know, you're not cute.
Have you seen the claws on those things?
Oh,
Yeah, they're
I don't like them.
feral little
they're
things.
native, but I'm going to say I don't like them.
Yeah.
If you were abducted, would Cliff then come and rescue you like old mate in those movies, Taken?
Oh, I haven't seen that movie, but I
I
hope
have a
so.
very
What's his name?
specific set of skills.
The Ash, Luttsy and Susie O'Neill podcast.
The other thing I did on the weekend was Saturday night I emceed my rugby league club, the North Devils, the Runaway Bay Seagulls
Oh, that's right.
had their 50-year celebration, so
How'd it go?
1974. Oh, it was great. It ended up being a great night, but it was one of those MC gigs where the crowd was just out of control. It was
Oh, were they?
man,
As soon as you
it was
started?
Susie, well,
Sounds like a ladies' lunch.
I was on stage at 6:30. I had to come on and sort of start the proceedings, but it was free drinks and it was a big party vibe, and everybody knew everyone because it was like they'd been sort of invited there. There was 300 people there. And so there was lots of catching up, and it was just mayhem. It was mayhem, and I've hopped up on stage, and you're talking away, and I'm introducing distinguished guest David Christopher's there, and David he had to hop up. I had to get up David Waite, the president, and then he brought up Christopher, and it was just mayhem at the start. But you know what I did that restored order? Was when weren't we talking about this just a couple of weeks ago? Like how to quell the crowd. I asked for a whistler because I can't whistle.
Oh, you asked for a whistler.
I asked for a whistler,
That's a good way to do it.
idea.
and my boy Nick had a loud whistle, and I brought him up on stage.
Really?
And I put the microphone right to his mouth, and he went woo woo,
Oh, that's a good one.
and everyone was able to shut up. Remember we saw Tony Squires used to do that.
Yeah, he did too.
Did he?
Yeah, he could put his fingers in his mouth and make that really loud
Oh, his own whistle.
whistle. Can you do that?
No.
Can anybody here got a good whistle?
No.
Yeah. My brother, like my identical twin brother, there's a couple of things he can do that I can't do. Like one is sing. That's one, which I don't know how that's possible. But Susie, he can properly sing. Like Luke's got a good voice.
You should be able to too. You're identical.
I know.
Yeah, that makes no sense.
No sense.
But I can't.
You need to try harder.
Yeah, and Luke can whistle, and like a really loud whistle, but not even. He can do it both ways. He can do it with his fingers in his mouth, and then he can do the other one where he just does it
Like,
like whatever that is.
Wow.
This is all I've got. This is my pathetic whistle. Imagine if I had tried to stop the crowd talking with this.
The Ash, Luttsy and Susie O'Neill podcast.
No, I just want to quickly mention before you speak, I've just been told, because we've been speaking about those laneway parties in Brisbane. There's been a couple lately, and there's another one this Saturday I want to mention quickly. Do you know Brooklyn Standard?
I do.
It's like
What
just
is
off
that? I've been
just off
there.
Eagle Street. You know that little laneway that's behind there, and there's a sports bar there as well. They're shutting that street off for the 10-year birthday, I think, of Brooklyn Standard this Saturday, and there's live bands, all sorts of things, limited tickets at the doors. I'm told. We might put the details up on that on our socials. So that's this Saturday, a laneway party, live bands right there in the CBD, Brooklyn Standard. Sounds like it's going to be an absolute cracker. So I'll put the details up on socials. Sorry, Susan.
Oh, no, that sounds good. And that kind of, it relates to my story a little bit
Yeah.
because I was thinking, I actually kind of go out with my kids a little bit and how different it is, our generation, that there's no way when I was my kids' age, they're 18 and 20, that I would have gone out with my parents to any...
No way.
No way, hey.
You're right.
But now-
That's an absurd proposition for me. That
Yeah.
I would have gone out to whatever my mum and dad were going to at that time.
Yeah, but now, and I'm not unusual, I don't think. Like, I got other friends, like
Well-
Bonnie, who does the... I'm not that unusual. Like Bonnie, who gives us the Maui gyms. I know she goes
Yeah.
out with her daughter. I got heaps of friends. It's like it's a kind of a generational thing. Do you reckon we're trying to cling on to being younger, or we're not as embarrassing for our kids? Or anyway, I
don't know.
I was at this ladies' lunch I told you I went to on Saturday. That was excellent. Started at 12:30.
Went till midnight.
Went to midnight, but at about
Tears at 4 p.m.
two lots of tears at 4 p.m. The age spread of that lunch was, I think the youngest person was 28 and the oldest was probably 60. But at the end of the night, the 28-year-old was still there, and I was there and a couple of others. And she wanted to go out because she's 28. And she's like, do you want to go out? And I'm like, well, okay, maybe. Not really. And I said, well, maybe I'll see what my kids are doing. They'll be going out somewhere. We can go out with them. So I immediately text both Alex and Bill. I'm like, are you guys going out? And Bill's like, yeah, I'm going out, but not until 10:30. That's the other thing that's changed. It's like, it's kind of, like I never would have gone, I didn't go out much, but people wouldn't have gone out at 10:30 when they were 20 back in the day, would they? 10:30 at night.
I don't know. Like my only experience of some friends of mine from Vloom, actually, they went to a house party. It was the 21st. I think they go to the parties first and then might go out later once they're, fully lit.
Yeah.
That maybe to save money. But did we do that? I can't remember.
That's a good point, actually.
Yeah, but Bill was like, yeah, we're going to go to Mr. Percival's at about 10:30. Okay, that sounds good. And then Alex goes, well, I wasn't planning on going out, but if you want to go out, I'll go out. I'm like, oh, that's pretty fun. And then she goes, is Dad driving? Can he come park it past and pick me up on the way and drop me out? Which I thought was funny. And so
did he?
No, we started getting fired. I'm like, yeah, let's go out, let's have another drink. And then we're like, oh, can't be bothered going out. But made me think, because I was thinking also back to Bill's 18th last year, we still feel really bad about this because he's 19 in a couple of weeks on November the 1st. But it was at the Noosa trial weekend on the Friday.
Yes.
And we went to dinner with him and then we dropped him back at the surf club and we found out that night he went out with his friend but also his school friend's dad. And then didn't I get drunk with him that night? I was one of the first. You were there as well, Luttsy.
At that Jack, what's it called? Something Jack.
Yeah, that one up high above near the roundabout.
We end up there. I think I got cut off. Which is embarrassing in front of Bill.
You got cut off.
But remember, it was like another dad went, and then the next day we were thinking, we're so slack. Like especially Bill. I said to him, especially Cliff, like I said, it's okay for me because only dads went. It was a dad and something, Cliff. You should have gone out with them. But Cliff goes, I thought there was no way that Bill would want to go out with us on his 18th. But I think my experience with you guys has been that it looks seamless. When you guys party together, particularly at Noosa. I was hoping we get another start again. Like Cliff and Bill were getting along like a house on fire. I couldn't believe it. Yeah, but then he left him. He didn't keep going.
He didn't continue it.
No, but this year it's Bill's 19th at the Noosa trial. It's so funny, actually. I'm going on so many tangents. But we started going to the Noosa trial when Bill was about 9 years old. So we've been having his birthday party there. It started off as the pirate party and the balloons and the cake.
Oh, yeah, because it's on the same time every year.
It's always
the
on the
Noosa
same
trial,
weekend. It's always his birthday weekend. And now he's like a full-grown man with a girlfriend and he's 19th and we're doing like tequila shots. So it's such a... What's the word?
I mean, we can make it pirate-themed if that'll make you feel better. It'll still work.
The Ash, Luttsy and Susie O'Neill podcast.
I just went and put a Diet Coke in the freezer.
Get you ready?
Just to try and get myself ready. I don't know. I got Monday-itis today, I've got to say.
In the freezer?
There's only hot ones. There were some hot ones out in the kitchen. So I put it
Anybody got time for that?
Don't we have a ice-making machine out there in the kitchen I've seen before?
Yeah.
Yes.
What are you suggesting? Get a glass and put it full of ice and then pour your hot
Actually, that's a great idea.
Coke in there.
That's exactly what I'm suggesting.
Yeah, right.
Okay, I'll do that next time. That'll be good.
Get it about you.
Pick me up.
Yeah, a little pick you up. You got half an hour to do it, $500 to defend.
You know, we've got, our coffee beans now in the kitchen, by the way, of Fonzie Abbott.
Yes.
Well
done.
Yes.
So you go and smash a Fonzie.
Okay, it did taste good, didn't it?
Yeah.
We should say how we got that name, Fonzie Abbott.
Yeah. Go on.
And play it. Well, apparently the guy that invented it, he had an alias, and his alias was his first pet, which was Fonzie, and his first street he lived in, which was Abbott.
It was his porn star name.
Well, I didn't want to say that.
No,
well, that's what they say, though, right?
That's what it is. It's your porn star name. Yeah.
Then what happened?
Then, when he used to go out and he didn't want to be himself, he would be Fonzie Abbott.
Yeah.
And then he started.
No, what happened in the meeting we had after that? I said.
Oh, what happened? I don't know. What?
Well, remember he asked David what would David's porn
Oh,
star name?
right. Well,
Well, if you want to hear, you might be in the podcast. Probably not for right now, though.
No.
Okay.
No, not for right now. Everyone think of their
quite
own
funny,
name,
though.
though, if you want, for fun.
The Ash, Luttsy and Susie O'Neill podcast.
Elon Musk has been really interesting to be following for the last couple of weeks. He's been really vocal in his support for Donald Trump.
I saw him on stage the other day with Trump.
Yeah.
And the memes around it.
Yeah, I just see him dancing, and then they've turned him into a cheerleader. They put a cheerleading outfit on him, and then that podcast. Mitch and I have been listening to this podcast on the US election. That they say that Donald Trump can't stand Elon Musk, but
What?
he just enjoys his support because Elon Musk is fully on board with Trump. But anyway, so Elon's got all of that going on, plus he owns X. But this morning, his spaceship company,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, that's right, his spaceship company, SpaceX, which he started in 2002, by the way, so it's been going for a couple of decades. But this morning has been history-making because he launched one of his Starship rockets on a test flight, and it's marked a major engineering milestone because they've been able to catch the booster rocket back on the launching pad from which it took off.
Yep.
Have you seen this?
No, all I've seen about this is, are they going to rescue the couple that are up there, stuck up there? Is that why he's going up to the space station?
I think this is test flight stuff because
before that.
I think that they're looking at actually putting people back on the moon in 2026.
Okay.
But one of the obstacles that they faced is that these booster rockets, the rocket will launch, you'll see it launch, and then the capsule separates from the booster rocket. The booster rocket then is lost to the ether, whether it comes down to Earth or whatever.
I saw that in I Dream of Jeannie.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Well, he's somehow or other developed the technology that the actual booster rocket, which is like 120 metres long, so it's huge. It goes up, the capsule separates from the booster rocket, and then the booster rocket returns back down. This was in Texas this morning. Returns back down and then is caught by these sort of metallic arms.
I saw them on the news refer to it as chopsticks.
Yeah, well, that's what it looks
sticking up.
like.
Yeah.
Is chopsticks, and it comes down, and I don't know how it does it, but it comes back exactly from where it launched, and then it's safely secured. And it means that you can recycle these booster rockets and you can use them potentially use them over and over again. But you have to imagine that it just takes us one step closer to being able to travel
Regularly.
Like, he's not mucking around. He's looking at taking people back to the moon in 2026.
So usually that'd be wasted. And they have to build a new one.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
wow.
you'd be one flight and done, but now he's actually, and he's had attempts that have failed before. But if you get to see the vision of it, it's just it looks like it's out of a Hollywood movie or something, and that it's not.
It doesn't
real.
look real, does it? It looks like they've just reversed the film, and it's a shot of it taking off, and they've just reversed it because the way it comes in, it doesn't even come straight down. It comes in on an angle, and then somehow just like a homing pigeon lands on exactly the same spot. Like what on earth? Literally.
Yeah.
The Ash, Luttsy and Susie O'Neill podcast.
I'm smarter than Suze.
Brighton Homes includes aircon, flooring, steel frames and solar as standard. You don't need to be smarter than Suze to discover why it's better with Brighton.
Oh, let's say hello to Adam out of Wynnum.
Yeah, good morning, guys. How you doing?
Land of the Wynnum Seagulls.
Yes. Up the Seagulls, down the Debs.
No, come
No,
on.
no.
Adam.
Nah, come on, mate.
That's
There's no way to start a
there's
conversation. There's no way to kick off a friendship, Adam.
not the champs, not the state
Yeah.
champs.
Not
You're
the
in a
state
North Devils
champs.
shirt today too, Ash.
I got my Devil shirt on too, Adam.
Oh, nice.
So what
Can't
did
be
that
wrong.
say, mate? You want to apologise before we
I
go any
was cheering
further?
for them. Absolutely. I was cheering for them on grand final day. Go the Queenslanders.
Yeah, that's better.
There you go. That's better.
Okay.
He's back.
You played once last year. You lost 3-1. Oh, you're a butcher too.
Yes. Yeah, I've got a pickup line as well. I would like to try on Suze later. I'll see if that's possible or not.
Yeah, right.
Is it butcher related? Or is
Yeah, absolutely. It's butcher related, and it might only just fit into this time slot for suitability. But I'm willing to give it a crack if you guys are willing to go there with me.
That's a great tease. Do you need a lead in or anything, or are you just going to bring it up yourself? Like, how do you want to go about it when it comes down to it? When Susie's back, when do you want to do it?
Should he run it by Lockie just to, when Susie's doing the questions, I say that he runs it by Lockie just to get make sure it's appropriate.
Oh, why is Lockie the bastion of good taste?
He's the only one.
Since when did that happen? I say go for it, Adam. I can't wait to see it. But you just bring it up yourself, Adam, or can we help you out? I mean, I'll help a brother out, mate, if I can.
I'm just willing to go wild, and I'll go solo.
Are you freestyling?
We'll just say, Suze, meet Adam.
Yes. Yeah, okay. All right?
Righto.
I'm looking forward to that. Okay, let's go. Adam, out of Wynnum. 30 seconds on the clock. Your time starts now. Where on your body is a do-rag commonly worn?
Head.
What is the name of the Gold Coast Commonwealth Games mascot?
Matilda.
What musical instrument shares its name with a champagne glass?
Flute.
Oslo is the capital of which country?
Norway.
Spell maintenance.
MAINTENANCE.
Stop the clock. Player!
It's pretty strong.
I don't know how you go picking up Suze, mate, but you are a player regardless.
Do you reckon you could change that question to what body part is the same as a champagne glass?
Can we run that?
Or an island off Brisbane?
Can we run that joke past Lockie?
Well, you said it was open season
For Adam, not you. You have to have restrictions.
I'm sorry.
Adam doesn't have a meeting after 9 o'clock. You know?
What did Adam have left on the clock there?
2 seconds.
2 seconds. Bit of money in the bank. Going to be hard to beat. Let's bring in the gimp.
Bring
Oh, Pete.
in the gimp. Oh, bring in the gimp. Bring in the gimp. Bring in the gimp. Bring in the gimp. Bring in the
Gimme, gimme, gimme.
Susie O'Neill! Hold the phone, Freddie! Susie O'Neill! It will be a miracle! You won't see anything like that again this year!
You ready, Suze?
Yeah, I took a gamble with my Diet Coke. It didn't work.
What was the risk?
Well, I poured in a heap and it started frothing, and I thought it'll stop it when it gets to the top of the glass. You know how it just goes...
Yeah.
Rookie error.
No.
Didn't, it kept going.
You know what angle she had it on, Luttsy, when she poured it in the glass? You know what angle it was?
Not straight. Tell me it wasn't straight.
No angle, straight. Flat.
Oh, my
God.
So she
Come on,
rolls.
Susan. Come on. Disappointed.
Are you?
Are you ready, Sue? Yes. All right, let's go. 30 seconds on the clock. Your time starts now. Where on your body is a do-rag commonly worn?
Your feet.
What is the name of the Gold Coast Commonwealth Games mascot?
Blinky.
What musical instrument shares its name with a champagne glass?
Flute.
Oslo is the capital of which country?
Norway.
Spell maintenance.
MAINTENANCE.
Stop the clock.
Maintenance.
Oh, yeah.
I'll take a double Tuco.
Oh.
Now, before we go any further, Adam, who you playing against? Adam, meet Suze.
Yeah, good morning, Suze. My name's Adam, and I'm a butcher. I'm pleased to meet you, and I've got meat to please you.
Hello, Adam. My name's Susan, and I'm...
Yeah. What? Yeah, go on.
I'm happy to meet you, too. I like that. I'm pleased to meet you and meat to please you. Okay.
Is that you get it?
I just realised it's rude. It's rude, isn't it?
Oh, he's a butcher.
You only know because of the music. You don't even understand what he said.
No, I didn't.
All right.
It didn't sound like it was going to be rude.
No,
to be
it
honest.
wasn't. He was just saying he's got meat. Okay.
You got me the pleasure.
We're going to start from the bottom and work up today. Spell maintenance. You both got it correct.
Did we?
MAINTENANCE. 1-1.
Well done, Adam.
Thank you.
Oslo is the... Has that ever worked for you, Adam, that line? No other way.
It's officially got a 0% strike rate. So I'm hoping that... was
Oslo.
hoping to get on the board today with Stu, but it's 3 to green.
You got a laugh out of it.
Yeah.
That's a start.
Yeah.
Oslo
She
is the
hasn't ruled it out
capital
yet.
of which country? You both said Norway. That's correct.
Oh, she has ruled
No
it out.
offence.
Sorry.
Okay. Sorry, good go.
So it's 2-2.
Okay.
What musical instrument shares its name with a champagne glass? You both said the flute.
Tricky.
That is correct, Mundo. It's 3-3.
Oh.
What is the name of the Gold Coast Commonwealth Games mascot? How quickly we forget.
Yeah.
I don't remember what you both said,
got
but
no
you're
idea.
both wrong. Barobi. Doesn't it roll off the tongue?
Barobi.
Like, I swear I've never heard that name ever before.
Tell us what it means again.
It's a blue koala.
Oh.
That was it, apparently. See, there's a picture of it. They put a picture of it there. See?
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
That's Barobi.
Barobi.
3-3. Final question. Where on your body is a do-rag commonly worn? Sue said feet. Mm-hmm. My boy Adam,
Yeah.
the butcher, he said head.
Oh.
And do-rag is worn on the head. Adam, you're smarter than Suze. You've just won $500.
This is the moment. Damn all the odds. This day or never. I sing forever with the gods.
Sing it, butcher
When I
boy.
look back, I'll always recall moment for moment. This was the moment, the greatest moment of them
The Ash, Luttsy, and Susie O'Neill podcast.
Press play.
Get ready for the ultimate Halloween party on the Brisbane River.
I ain't afraid of no ghosts.
Ash, Luttsy and Susie O'Neill's Halloween cruise on Oasis. Your ultimate weekend escape on the Brisbane River.
Yeah, less than 3 weeks now. Just over 2, actually, until we are on board Oasis for our Halloween cruise, happening Halloween night, October 31st. Invites have been flying around. If you're interested in coming along, jump on board the Nova Player app or register your interest on novafm.com.au. We'll be handing out some more invites, just like we're doing now.
Janelle out in Narangba. Hello.
Hello.
It says you want to come along as Little Red Riding Hood.
I do. And I've got a big bad wolf.
Who's your big bad wolf?
He's my partner.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was scary, that fairy tale, wasn't it?
It is a bit
And which
scary,
one was that?
yeah.
Dropping the breadcrumbs, and that was Huff and Puff?
Wasn't it Three Little Piggies?
Yeah. And they blow the house down.
Yeah.
The big
Huff
bad
and they
wolf.
puff and they... Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, right.
Actually, were they in the same fairy tale? Little-
That's what I'm saying. I think I'm confused.
One's Hansel and
combining
Gretel.
two.
Yeah, they were
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the
So which one was the Three Little Pigs?
Yeah.
And that
They
what?
built 3 houses. One
Yeah.
was made of sticks, one was made of... Finish it
Straw.
off, please,
So
Janelle.
what happened in Little
Straw.
Red Riding Hood?
Straw.
And then the other one was bricks, I think.
And
Yeah,
there
so-
was a message about it. There was a message meaning build your house out of bricks.
Don't build your house out of straw.
Rush, some patience. Yeah. I mean, it might have been the same wolf that went over there and started terrorising
Yeah.
Little Red Riding Hood.
Pretty sure it's the same one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, true.
Yeah.
Michael J. Fox.
Yeah. It's a shared universe sort of situation.
He then became
Doesn't
Teen
matter.
Wolf.
Janelle's partner's coming along, Little Red Riding Hood, and you can really horror that up. Actually, I think you could either come straight out as it is in a nice little kids book, or you could really get spooky with it. So that's what we'll see on board Oasis on October 31. And you've got a song to add to our playlist as well.
Yes, Le Freak by Sheep.
Nice.
I don't mind that.
70s vibe.
We're developing a pretty good soundtrack for this.
Is anyone taking note of all these songs that people are
No.
suggesting? to add
Lockie's
to the
shaking
playlist?
his head. Yep.
Yeah.
Alicia.
Or do we all
Good
just
way.
sit here every day and go, oh, that'll be good.
Yeah, that'll be good.
Is there any more announcements regarding the DJ itself?
I don't know. Buzz has been keeping K5 about
I
it.
know,
I don't
like what's
know.
going on?
Every time I say, how are we going with the music? He'll go, yeah, thanks, Ash. Bringing that up. Move on.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Are they looking for a DJ?
I don't know.
Are they looking for one?
Well, we need someone.
Are we
What
struggling?
you offering?
Jump in, Lockie. What do we got?
What's the word? Use your words, Lockie. What's happening?
No, you got to switch
What about
on there.
DJ Lazy Suze? You might have to get on and spin the decks again. That
Maybe.
could work.
I'm hearing the same rumours. I don't know whether that's
you go.
true or not.
Really?
Yeah.
An encore
Hearing
performance?
rumours, mate.
Okay. I wouldn't be totally opposed to that.
That's the talk around the
That's
traps.
That's the word on the street, is it, Lockie?
Yep.
Is that
Right, okay.
That's the whispers around the campfire, is it? Mm-hmm. For night time.
Yep.
Keep it going. You never
It's
know
going to
what
be a
might
great
happen.
night regardless.
It will.
It's going to be huge.
Regardless.
Oasis.
Even if that happens.
Even if it happens.
But we'll still have fun.
Even if you can't get anyone good and we have to use a staff member, it'll be good.
We'll see you there, Janelle. Good luck with your
Thanks so
costume.
much.
The Ash, Luttsy and Susie O'Neill podcast.
Ant Middleton joins us now. I don't know that we've ever spoken to Ant on the show before, but he's a very interesting person. He's a former commando and he was chief instructor on Who Dares Wins, the SAS show over in the UK and here in Australia as well. And he's got a new show out which is called Killer K2 about his climb up the second highest mountain in the world, which sounds very interesting. Are you there, Ant? We got you, mate.
I'm here, loud and clear, guys, loud and clear.
Coming in loud and clear. Mate, before we get into this, can you talk to us a little bit about your military background? Like, that's how, I'm assuming most of us first got to know you, but exactly what was your pedigree? Where did it all start for you?
I joined the military at the age of 16 and 10 months. Now, the earliest you can join is 16 and 9 months, so I joined sort of as a boy soldier. And I joined the Royal Engineers, went on to become a para engineer, so I done P Company and all the arduous parachute courses. I then transferred over or left the Army and joined the Marines. And then from the Marines, I went on to do Special Forces selection and passed to become an operator within the United Kingdom Special Forces. And then I left back in 2012, and then TV came and found me. And before I knew it, in 2014, I was filming the first season of SAS Who Dares Wins in the UK, and it aired in 2015, and the rest is history.
What's the scariest thing you've ever done as like a commando or as a Marine?
I've done three tours of Afghanistan. So as point man being the first man in my team, conducting sort of tier 1 operations. So there was many moments that we were, put under the cosh, shall we say, in those moments of intensity and of firefighting, shall we say. So my life has been put on the line multiple times, but when you climb high altitude mountains, or the 8,000ers, there's 14 peaks above 8,000 meters, which then sits in the death zone. I climbed Everest back in 2018, and then when I climbed K2 in 2022, it's a different type of being scared. It's a different type of putting yourself or your life on the line, because you never know what the conditions are going to bring. You never know what's going to happen on the mountain at high altitude. So it's you've really got to stay switched on. It's a bit like being in the military, where you got your life in your own hands. So you've literally just got to stay switched on during those moments and make sure that you do everything with discipline and precision.
I know you said that you climbed Everest. Of course, that's the tallest mountain in the world. I did a joy flight over Everest once, out of Kathmandu, and then and at the time I was I was reading a lot about it, and I don't think until I actually saw and just the day that we flew over Everest, there just happened to be a group of climbers that were based at Camp 4. Which I think is the final camp before you go for the
8,000 meters. That's the death zone before you enter the death zone.
It seemed absurd to look out the plane window and to actually see these tents that are perched on the side of a mountain. It was pretty incredible to look at that, and it gave me a real appreciation for the fact that things can go so wrong so quickly up there on the mountain. And I guess as opposed to when you're in a conflict situation and you're actually fighting for something, what's it like when you're on one of these mountains and you're in the death zone, like you say, but you're not actually fighting for anything. You're just trying to achieve something. It's a different type of thing because you're the one that's choosing to put yourself in this perilous situation.
Yeah, absolutely. You've got it bang on there. You know, when you're fighting for something, you've got your muckers behind you. You know, there's a specific mission that you need to achieve. Where when you climb, you know, ultimately there's a bit of ego in there. You know, when you climb Everest, you want to stand on the apex of the world. When you climb K2, you want to climb the most technical and the most dangerous mountain in the world. So there's definitely some ego climbing. That's for sure with every mountaineer, because they want to achieve and they want to say that they've achieved these feats. But ego soon gets swept away when a storm comes in, or, you know, when you're running out of oxygen, and especially when you're in a death zone. When you're in a death zone above 8,000 meters, there's only 30% oxygen in the air. So your body, with every step that you take, your body is slowly shutting down. That's why you've only got a certain amount of time to hit the summit and get back down again. And there's turnaround points that you need to sort of hit. If you don't hit them, then you must turn around. And this is where summit fever comes in, where people have paid to be on the mountain. They go, I'm only a few, minutes behind, or I'm 10, 15 minutes behind, and I've only got 300 or 400 meters to climb in altitude, but that's 2-3 hours. So that's where people become sort of put themselves in a sticky situation, and they don't come off the mountain because, summit fever hits them, and they want to achieve this feat by standing on the summit. So unfortunately, a lot of people die on K2, and during Killer K2, you see multiple bodies that I go past, fresh bodies as well, unfortunately, due to again having that summit fever and not listening to your body or to the people around you.
And do they just leave those bodies there, Ant? Like if you die on Everest or K2 and you're in that death zone, they don't bring you back. You just stay there forever. And if so, like you said just then, you breeze past it. But what's it like when you walk past a dead body like that that's just going to stay there forever?
Yeah, you haven't got the, altitude does funny things to people. And when the lack of oxygen to the brain, you become extremely emotional. It's very hard to make decisions. Yeah, you're literally going at a snail's pace. You haven't got the physical attributes or the psychological sort of resilience to be able to drag these people off the mountain, because that you're going to drain yourself and potentially die yourself. So when people die on a mountain, if I was to go on the mountain, I would want to be left. There's a sort of unwritten rule that you belong to the mountain now, and I suppose there's some peace in that, and there's some comfort in that, because Mother Nature has embraced you and swallowed you up. It's funny feeling when you go past people, because you sort of look at them, and you've put yourself in this situation to really push yourself and to achieve something, and unfortunately you've lost out to the mountain, and such is life. It's one of those. I look at people, I do a little prayer for them, and then I move on.
Have you done any training to help your strong mindset, or is there any tips you can give people to have a stronger mindset, or do you think you're just born with that?
No, I definitely think that you create it, and it's just about putting yourself in uncomfortable situations. And that doesn't mean physically, that could mean psychologically, whether that's at work, rather than, writing an email to send it across the office, get up and have that uncomfortable conversation, put yourself in these uncomfortable situations where you're actually challenging yourself to be disciplined. You're actually challenging yourself to be a better person. So I always say there's no growth in comfort. And when I get too comfortable, I get a bit complacent, and when I get a bit complacent, that's when things start to go wrong, believe it or not. So I'm quite a trial and error type of guy. I like to get out there, to jump in the deep end and see how I get on.
Do you reckon that most of us, like just normal people, I've been following Ned Brockman for the last couple of days.
I love Ned. I had him on my podcast, Head Game.
Oh yeah, and by the way, we should mention Ant's excellent podcast, which is called Head Game. It was nominated for an ACRA. Should have won. Ant was saying off air just a couple moments ago.
Yeah, agreed. 100% should have won
over the weekend. But yeah, Ned Brockman, and I can't imagine the head noise that's been going on with him, and the courage that he's shown. But yeah, just to bring it back to us laymen, do you reckon that most of us have no idea about what we're truly capable of? Like if we were able to harness whatever that ability is to not give up as easily as most of us do, like that we have so much more that we can achieve?
Yeah, absolutely. If you look at everything that I do, it has that underlying message, whether it's SAS Australia, whether it's me climbing mountains, whether it's my books, my tours, that underlying message of trying to make people realise what we're truly capable of. You know, our full potential if we put ourselves in these uncomfortable and predictable situations. Because sometimes when you leave yourself with one option in life, you'll be amazed at what you can achieve. You know, life is so comfortable nowadays. We have multiple options, multiple safety nets, and we sort of jump from one option to the next to try and get to where we need to be. The safest and sort of a non-conflicting route, where when you leave yourself with one option, and like that on the mountain, you know, it's do or die, or in combat it's do or die. You know, it's like Ned as well. He's challenged himself. He's left himself with one option, and that's to get through this run that he's doing. He can't pull out. You know, in his head, he's already marked that in his head. He's got his waypoints what he needs to achieve. He's broken it down, and he knows that when he goes through the hardship and suffering to get to where he needs to be, the reward is on the other side. And the reward is when you say, wow, I can do this, I am capable of, I can achieve this if I really, really push myself. So the rewards far outweigh the pain and suffering if you're willing to put yourself in those situations.
It's good stuff. It's a great message, mate, and I'm looking forward to this documentary. Perilous journey to the world's second highest peak, but that doesn't mean it's easy, because this is the most technical climb in the world, without doubt. 8,611 metres above sea level. It's unbelievable, and it's going to premiere on 7plus exclusively on Thursday, the 24th of October. It was great to chat to you, mate. Don't be a stranger. Ant Middleton.
No, listen, thanks, guys. Always a pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you.
The Ash, Luttsy and Susie O'Neill podcast.
I was just looking at the winner of Bathurst here, the picture, the photo of it, and they're sponsored by Chico. I just said to Mitch,
really?
Chico rolls
Still a thing.
I've never had a Chico roll.
I'm not sure I've ever had one either, you know. I wasn't drawn to it as a kid, and I certainly haven't had it in recent years. I didn't realise they must have re-released them, I guess.
They certainly haven't rebranded as far as a logo goes. Like that is
very
old
80s,
school.
isn't it? Very 70s.
I reckon 15 years ago they had some promo, because they sent some shirts into the radio station, and I was wearing a yellow Chico shirt. Remember that? It was actually a pretty cool shirt to wear for a bit, because it kind of looked retro. So they must have relaunched it back then.
Have you had a Chico roll, Ash?
Have I had one?
Yeah.
You would have lived on it in Harvey Bay.
Harvey Bay, mate. That was like...
Yeah. They did have McDonald's.
That was as good as it got, a Chico roll. They used to serve them at the tuck shop.
At the tuck shop?
Yep.
At school?
You used to be able to get a Chico roll, Pielba State School, 1970 to 1980. You check it out.
What
man.
actually is it?
Yeah, what is it?
I reckon what's happened is some smart-minded businessman was sitting down having a spring roll one day and went, what if these were 10 times bigger?
Yeah.
That's a spring roll, is it?
Don't you reckon? And
I reckon
you've never had a spring roll?
No, I've never had a Chico roll. Neither is that.
And I reckon they found some way where they got the offcuts of other stuff they eat and have worked out a way not to waste it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, there's lots of... I'd say there's lots of cabbage in a Chico roll.
Oh, cabbage. That's good for you. Sort of.
Well, I'm not saying Chico rolls are good for you. But I have eaten them.
They weren't very health conscious, were they?
Neither is David. We like
no, never. Never.
Get a round of them after the show.
The Ash, Luttsy and Susie O'Neill podcast.
Can I send a shout out to Ali Day?
Oh, yeah, what a superstar.
What a phenomenal athlete. He won the Coolangatta Gold yesterday, his 10th title. He's undefeated in that event.
What?
He's undefeated. He's won 10 titles.
He's impressive.
Like, that's an amazing achievement.
Mm.
When you're dealing with surf lifesaving, it can be a fickle sport. You know what I mean? Like you can grab a wave from way out the back and hold it in, and things can change so quickly. But to win 10 in a row, to be undefeated in a long distance event, is truly phenomenal.
40-year anniversary too.
Is it 40
Really?
40
years?
years,
Is it?
and also 40 years since the movie, which David and I were both in.
Yeah.
Well, no, I was left on the cutting room floor, unfortunately, Susan, but you were actually in it, weren't you?
Well, I might have been. I didn't see myself. So
I didn't see I don't know whether I'm in that or not.
well, come
I was
on.
in the
What's the
filming
movie
of it.
Is it called the Coolangatta Gold?
Because Coolangatta Gold.
And they did filming for it at Coolangatta must have been Christmas time, and they asked for
We,
extras.
maybe we were on the beach at the same time,
We
Susan, do
would've
you
been.
reckon?
Our paths have crossed a lot. And
Grant Kenny ran in with the surf ski
Yeah.
and had to get on. I remember he kept falling off and they had to
Oh,
do
I remember
extra
that.
takes. But that was the scene that I was on Dad's shoulders, but I'm not sure it ever made I didn't remember seeing it in the actual movie. Much like Ash's film, I was left on the cutting room floor there. I get left on the cutting room floor a lot in life. That's a metaphor in so many ways.
The Ash, Luttsy and Susie O'Neill podcast.
Champagne Supernova 7:15 with Ash Luttsy and Susie O'Neill. We've gone back to back. Thanks so much to Yoplait.
Double your happiness with Yoplait. Each tub made with the goodness of real fruit and dollops of happiness. Enjoy a tub of joy and Yoplait your day.
Ash, Luttsy and Susie O'Neill's Yoplait Double Play.
Yeah, mates at Yoplait know the best way to wake up is with your favourite artists. Doubled up, and that was it. Oasis back to back. Champagne Supernova. Don't look back in anger.
Yeah, good.
And $1,000 to the first one through on 13-24-10. It's that simple. Georgia from Upper Coomera was the first one through. Good morning.
Hello, good morning. How are you?
not as good as you.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think so. What a way to start a Monday morning.
You scored yourself $1,000.
Oh, thank you so much.
It's pretty good.
Oh, that's awesome. And you get to listen to the good music too. How good.
Oh, you like Oasis?
Oh, I love it. I didn't actually think I did, but it was my dad that got me into them. So I've been anxiously waiting for the tickets to come out.
Oh, okay, cool, yeah. Yeah, when was all that happening, Alicia? She's on... Hang on.
Starts today.
Today, is it?
Yeah.
1 o'clock Brisbane time today, pre-sale start.
Oh, thank you for the
1
tip.
o'clock.
Oh.
You've got a special entry, haven't you, Alicia?
Yeah, I got a pre-sale code, which I was very lucky to get. So.
Yeah, I wonder what it's going to be like. I'm going to be so spewing if I don't get the tickets for this one because...
You were willing to go.
Well, when they came out, I saw them at the Ant Cent back in whatever day that was that Liam got arrested for headbutting a photographer that day, but there was 3,000 people at the entertainment centre that night, like
pretty small.
Back in '97, Suze, it was like they just let everyone go onto the floor. There was it was a very small crowd that night for whatever reason. And now all these people like Georgia are jumping on the bandwagon and they're going to keep me from getting a ticket.
3,000?
Yeah, it was small, mate. It was like not even anywhere near.
No one in the stands, in the grandstands?
No one in the stands, just people you can
What?
just walk around on the floor. The floor wasn't even packed.
Bizarre.
Yeah.
You're one of the OGs, the original fans.
Thank you.
Yep.
Yes.
Thank you.
And now you're helping
You're
with
welcome.
with Yoplait.
Yes.
Give Georgia $1,000, which she will hopefully throw the way of Oasis tickets and score it for one of their upcoming gigs. So congrats, Georgia.
The Ash, Luttsy and Susie O'Neill podcast.
I was just in the producer's booth this morning chatting to Alicia, and I was chatting to her about my ladies' lunch over the weekend with 12 ladies. And I said to Alicia, what did you get up to? And she said, I went out to have drinks with some friends. And I said, out of interest, how did you make your friends in Brisbane? Because Alicia came from Wigan via, she came to Australia, knew no one, moved to, I think, Townsville first or Adelaide first. Adelaide first, knew no one.
What a disappointing way to start your experience in Australia, by the way.
Adelaide or Townsville?
Oh, I don't know.
And then went to Townsville,
Adelaide.
knew no one, and then went to Brisbane and knew no one. And I'm like, oh my God, how scary. Like, how do you make friends? And you made friends in the most interesting way that I would ever thought you could. So you joined a Facebook group. I'm not sure if your microphone's working, but you joined a Facebook group for, what was it called?
It's called Brisbane's Girls Friendship Group.
Yeah, and then one night, was it just on that day, Alicia said, is anyone free tonight to come over my house for drinks? And this is a group of, how many would be on that Facebook?
Thousands
So,
and thousands.
I mean, when you're saying that, you could have a massive house party at your house.
Yeah. Can I join that group?
But you said 6 strangers turned up that didn't know each other at all.
Really?
Imagine how scary that would be. Like, A, to host it, scary, good on you. And then if you're a stranger, you didn't know, you come over as well, and you've become good friends with those girls.
Yeah, we're really good friends now. One of them actually house sat for me when I went to America. We catch up all the time. Like, we're a good little group now. Yeah.
That's very cool.
I could not.
It's pretty cool how, like,
Yeah.
you could, like, almost... I've often wondered if you just upped your life and, moved to, I don't know, Edmonton, Canada, and you can almost, like, start afresh. Like, you could have... Conceivably, you could have had a complete reset on your life from Wigan and then again from Adelaide. God knows what you were in Wigan. You could have been anything.
You never know my past, guys. I'm never really
Like, why do you move so often?
The Ash, Luttsy and Susie O'Neill podcast.
I'm smarter than Suze.
Brighton Homes includes aircon, flooring, steel frames and solar as standard. You don't need to be smarter than Suze to discover why it's better with Brighton.
Hello, Bree, out of Beanley.
Yes. Good morning, guys. How are we?
Good morning. Very, very well. Are you still working as a project administrator? We spoke to you about a year ago, didn't we?
We did, yes. Still here.
You still in PA?
Yeah, I am. We just finished the Kangaroo Point Green Bridge.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, so we were working on that job and a few others around town, the Neville Bonner Bridge.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, exciting work.
The bad news for you, Bree, is that old mate had a win. Our butcher, the butcher boy,
I
had a
heard.
win at 8 o'clock. You could have been playing for like 700 or something. But
500 would have been nice.
Yeah.
But I'll take 100 any day.
You know what? It doesn't really matter because the kickback cave is in full effect. And,
incredible stuff in there too.
And Luttsy's in LA, but his bloody line's dropped out. So if he's not there, we'll have, Lockie. He fills the kickback cave every Monday for.
Well, he would know all the good stuff.
Yeah. We'll send him in there, okay? And he'll take care of you, so don't worry about it.
Sounds good.
It's all sweet. Okay, well, good luck to you, Bree.
Thank you.
Let's get into it. 30 seconds on the clock. Your time starts now. According to the idiom, loose lips sink what?
Ship.
Name one of the sisters from Little Women.
Pass. Don't know.
Gough Whitlam became Prime Minister in which decade?
40.
Capuchin, squirrel and howler are all types of what animal?
Don't know.
What is 6 times 6?
I don't know.
Stop the
36.
clock.
36.
I'd already stopped the clock.
Yes.
You know what, Bree? Just because I don't care and I want you to win, I'm going to accept it anyway.
Okay.
And I know that's going to be one
Break
of those
the rules
ones.
today, guys. Break the rules.
I'll make another prediction. That's going to be one of those ones that I'll go. What's 6? 36. Sue's just.
Yeah, I know.
I know that she knows
she's
that.
too quick.
Yeah, she knows that.
Yeah. I was having a mind blank.
Did you finish with any time on the clock there? Or did Bree go the distance?
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to matter.
Okay. You know what? If we give her the answer, no time left on the clock. How's that?
All right. We'll give you a Luttsies. How's that? We'll give you a Luttsies. Just like the barest of margins. Which, incidentally, I'm going to talk about on the podcast. I got an ad for rectifying that situation on my Instagram before. I've never seen anything. Have you ever seen anything like that before, Mitch?
No, not what was popping up on your screens.
Popping up, being the, in the literal sense. We're going to talk about it on the potty.
That's a deep tease.
Let's bring in the...
Oh, okay.
Susie O'Neill. Hold the phone, Freddie. Susie O'Neill. It will be a miracle. You won't see anything like that again this year.
Okay, are you ready? 30 seconds on the clock. Your time starts now. According to the idiom, loose lips sink
Ships.
what? Name one of the sisters from Little Women.
I don't know.
Gough Whitlam became Prime Minister in which decade?
The 80s.
Capuchin, squirrel and howler are all types of what animal?
Possums.
What is 6 times 6?
36.
Stop the clock. Well done. I told you, didn't I?
You know it.
I'll take a double Tuco.
Ooh, another one of these.
Really?
What did Suze have on the clock there?
8 seconds.
8 seconds in the event of a draw. According to the idiom, loose lips sink what? Ships is correct. 1-1. Name one of the sisters from Little Women.
I didn't know what you're talking about.
I don't know what I'm talking about.
Does
What
Brie
is Little
know?
Women?
I can't remember. I think Beth memory serving now, but
What would you say, Brie?
I would have said Beth
that
now
would-
that I think of it.
That would have been right.
Oh, God.
Meg,
Yeah.
Beth, Joe, or Amy?
What is it?
There you go.
What is it, Brie?
Little Women. It's the old novel, and it was made into a movie.
Producer Alicia threw her arms
Oh,
up when we
she's-
said we didn't know. Don't lie, Alicia. Could you have named all four?
Probably not all four, but I would have been able to get one or two. But, like, it's one of the most famous books ever.
Yeah. Who's
It
in the
is,
movie?
yeah.
Who's in the movie?
Winona Ryder was one of the people in the movie.
I love Winona Ryder.
They remade it a couple of years. Yeah, Timothy Chalamet was in the one a couple of years ago. Florence Pugh,
Yeah.
Saoirse Ronan, I believe as well.
What was her name who played Hermione?
Emma Watson.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
See, if we go through the cast, we would have got the answers right, Alicia. All right. Either way, that was wrong.
1-1. Now this one, Gough Whitlam became
I had no idea.
Prime Minister in which decade? Suze, I had this as a tick for you from the get-go, and then you said the 1980s. You said the 40s, Brie. Was
I
the-
did. I was just guessing.
Was it?
It was the 1970s.
Oh, was it? Where's Luttsy? He's
Yeah.
not here. Good. I thought it was the 80s.
No, it was 1970s.
Oh,
Oh, true.
Capuchin, squirrel, and howler are all types of what animals? Suze said possums. Brie, you said I don't know.
Yeah.
Listen, I don't know if I pronounce capuchin correctly, by the way, because I've never heard of that word before and I didn't pre-read the questions, as I'm apt to do. But apparently they're all types of monkeys.
Oh.
So you both missed that.
Jinx.
Learned something.
Yeah.
And then 6 times 6 is 36. You both got that. It's a 2-all draw.
Boom.
But Sue's got you on time, Brie.
As she does.
She beat you on time. You're not the first. You won't be the last.
Well done, Suze.
Yeah, good job, Brie. You get anything? I was
Yeah,
about to
we'll
say,
kick that cave.
You're going to the cave?
Yeah, I reckon when you're playing for $100, that's
It's an auto.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But either way, you'll end up with more than $100.
Winning. Yeah, sure.
Good.
Hello, Luttsy, you in here? Luttsy, I think
Sounds like you are.
Oh,
Oi, he's back.
It's got good Wi-Fi in the cave.
Hey, what's going on?
this cave connection's crazy.
This is bizarre, guys. Like, I don't know if we've ever had like 2 people. We've had 2 people in the cave before, but not. This is like a transatlantic type.
The portal to
Yeah.
the LA cave is unreal. Luttsy, do you know?
Yeah.
Do you know what's in the cave at the moment? Can you see through the portal?
Yeah, I'm just opening the portal right now. In fact, Lockie, I've opened the Ant Middleton portal, which is the wrong portal. And now here we go. I found it. Yes. Right. Well, this is great. We've got this double pass to Fatboy Slim. This is a new one. This is in the Sirame wine section of the cave. Now, this is Sunday, March 23. Fatboy Slim brings summer's biggest outdoor rave
Oh,
to
my
Sirame
God.
Wines, Mount Cotton. Tickets are on sale from 10 a.m. Friday the 18th. And that is this Friday, yeah? Yes, that's at the end of the week.
Do you like Fatboy?
And
I love Fat Boy.
Who doesn't like Fatboy Slim? What a pioneer, what a legend. Coming to Sirame.
Awesome.
You like I should.
I was
How good is
crazy.
that?
Go, Brie.
Yeah.
The Ash, Luttsy and Susie O'Neill podcast is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au.